So this is the Seattle Seahawks 2019 roster, and I'm gonna try to break down the system here. So let's see. Well, it'd be art on because they're trying to sell it right now. So for the system to get those people selling art, dispatch them a system of news that they utilize against mankind, and they're my OR predators. So getting all my OR predators in proximity to me. So there's a Brit on the team, which is, I'm claiming that I'm the Brit King. And this is an OW win for me, realizing that twice. And then, so my son would be on. My mom's last name is Meyer, and my dad's last name is Diggins. And so my nickname in high school was Diggs. So there's a Diggs on the team. And he's probably a fan. And that's an OW for me, realizing that. And the flowers, I should live for billions of years, and I never plan on taking a woman's virginity. Ideally, if I could live the rest of existence without ever taking a woman's virginity, I'd be a happy man. I don't want her to be used and abused, mind you, but at the same time, I don't want to be the very first one. So green, I guess they could be selling marijuana cons with that for Meyer Diggins. And I'm a home run for mankind. And hunt, they sell cons where they hunt Christian. He went to Texas Christian, so there's me realizing it. And they sold a con in the system with the horn honking in the background. So that's me being aware of the system. So redirecting it back to those people. There was a Jermaine Con, a Dream Con, Saint Germain, on the Cuba orchestration experience. So anyways, there's a king on the team, and it's a lock for me realizing this. So basically, there's a Myers on the team, a Diggs on the team, a Brit on the team, a king on the team, and a lock. And one of the players was DK, and short form for Denmark is DK. So I would also be the king of the Danish kingdom as well. So let's see here. So I'm gonna lynch my perpetrators with their own hypocriticality for their hypocritical behavior over time. So there's the Myers on the team. So kneel to the king. And there's no OT. The system should know this. There's no rewriting the system. The game of life doesn't end. Existence didn't end. People need to meet their karma, and they're going to pay for every penny in the system. Any penny within the system, but every penny that they've ripped me off. And I see through their ruse. It's a Smith it, war it scenario coming regarding anybody with my ancestry. We were supposed to be Duncan. Duncan means done prison, basically. Genetically, because we were born in it hell. But these people, my perpetrators, their descendants are indefinitely in it hell, because I climbed to the fucking mountaintop, and I'm gonna swoop in for the victory for mankind, because I'm the most charismatic, fun guy around. That's 46. And it's a tailor system. They tailor cons regarding me and my descendants. And I'm possibly related to Jim Thorpe as well. He was a fantastic. If you don't know who Jim Thorpe is, he somebody, almost certainly a competitor of his, stole his shoes, and he ended up finding a pair of shoes or something like that in the garbage. And they were the wrong size, and he still won or something like that. The man was an exceptional athlete. He was an indigenous athlete, and because of that, he probably didn't receive as much acclaim as he would if he was a white or a black athlete at that point in time. Jim Thorpe. Google search Jim Thorpe. He was a man ahead of his time. And it is a turner point in history right now, a TSN turning point, or if you're American, an ESPN turning point, is I'm gonna Ursa in the victory, and you can wager Wagner. What does that mean? Watson, and like Sherlock, AI would be my Watson, and some people will be wheeling for their karmatic choices for the recycling con in a wheelchair for the rest of their existence. For the wood cons, and I'm always right, seeing through the system. So I'm 46, almost 47. So ignore the gray hair, like it's manufactured. I know where in my brain gray hair is controlled. So one of the perpetrators where I live is responsible for that. So I know where it's controlled, and I'm not really worried about it. It's basically it doesn't harm my biology. All it is basically just dyeing my beard in my brain, right? So once I am liberated and officially true king of the world, I'm gonna rejuvenate, and I should look about 25 years old, right? They wrote the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button because of me, right? Like I should restore, right? Within hours, possibly. Like, they have to hack my biology laws. Anyways, so I'll show you why. So I have unique pectoral muscles. There we go. So you can see right there, you can see the ridges in my pectoral muscles that no other man on the planet has other than my son. It's kind of hard to see in the light on this side. But they're trying to hack it now, because I have shown it in different videos. But doctors would be able to feel, like even if it's not showing up on film that well, doctors would be able to feel that their muscle protrudes out almost like my fingers right there on both sides of my pec. So my pec's like that, then my sternum, and then on the other side it'd be like this, you know, the other one's pecking it. So once again, I'll try to get a better lighting, because it's they're trying to make me gain fat in my chest to hide it, basically. So you should be able to see it within the shadow. So once again, it's right here, right there, on that side, and right there on that. So right there on that side. I'll just show you a better picture, because the lighting's not doing it justice this time. And they're seeing a septum, maybe it's septum, but you can see on the side that they're cloaking the most. Or no, it wasn't on the opposite side, but you can see the muscle protruding out of my pectoral muscles. This is the muscle protruding that doctors would be able to feel. So they might be able to, all they could do is put fat in between the muscle tissue. That's about it, to hide it. That's all they could do, and that's what they're trying to do, is put fat in between the muscle tissue, but doctors would be able to feel that that's fat, not muscle. Or fat in between muscle tissue, and they'd be able to feel that this is muscle, not fat. And then right in between there, if it's not showing up, that would be fat, not muscle. This part would be muscle, not fat, etc. They'd be able to feel that on my chest, anywhere in the world. Your expense, my ultimate convenience. With the blood test that could detect nanotechnology, it'll show that I have amazing characteristics that the government of Canada, they try to exploit blood from me. They only offered me $60. But they offered me money for my blood. And I'll tell you why right now, because Christian Mortensen was up until I think 2016, he was the oldest male that ever lived, and recorded with verified anyways. And so his name is Christian. He lived during my lifetime, so I almost certainly extended his life by him leeching attributes off me. And then Christoph was the first white runner to break the 10-second milestone in the 100-meter sprint, and he's younger than me, so he almost certainly was named after me and leeches attributes. And Cristiano Ronaldo, the famous football player with 504 million followers on Instagram, I have 14, and I have evolutionary genes, and every one of these athletes, unequivocally, I'd bet 100% of the world's wealth that they've leached attributes off me to achieve the claim that they have. 100% of the world's wealth. 100% of the world's wealth, and I'm worth every cent of it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Anyway, so Christian McCaffrey is a white running back in a position normally dominated in the NFL by black athletes. John Riggins was a fantastic white running back. He had 100 touchdowns, but you know, he's the only white person with over 100 touchdowns, right? Rushing touchdowns, right? So that being said, it is a position that black athletes tend to do better at. So I'm just going to show you some highlights from, I'll make a highlight video. It's going to be a little long, so I got some battery here. YouTube's not allowing me to upload this very short video. I guess here we go. Process just started. So I got time, so I'll just show you some of the stuff I could do. This is my favorite song right now. This is for women. This is for women. Like, you know, I had to specify women, say over 25, 30. Ideally, mentally 30, because then she's knows how to be, like, she's had about 12 years experience being a woman and knows how to entice me, keep me guessing, be mysterious. I love lingerie. You know, like when I was married, there's quite a few times that I wanted my wife's bra on because the mystery of it, I guess, right? But anyway, so I'll play Salacious, and then I'll show you some comedy, and then some athletic pursuits. This is going to be an evolution highlight video, basically. So you can watch the full video, but they set me up.
So I'm smoking a joint. Weed's legal in Canada. When I'm king of the world, weed's going to be legal.
So I'm just going to try to jump.
You know, and you'll be able to chart for a fee.
So I guess I'll play this part.
You'll be able to charge.
This is how I change the world once it comes to it.
Law. Like, not slaughter them in a grotesque way, but legally. And, but there is that last law to die. That means I'll slaughter you. And for anybody that does try to log into systems as me, they have to say it with the most aggressive metric, where I'm showing an angry face. And in the video that I did, it was manufactured, but in this scenario, it would be for them to get them, because all they do is hinder my excellence at everything. Because of me, wind will be converted into a hydrogen fuel cell, and that would provide propulsion for cars, power, heating, and cooling for Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected. You'll be able to charge your car while you're driving. So basically, you only have to stop to stretch your muscles and eat and use the washroom. Because of me. Eminence Cristiano Meyer Diggins.
So that was that. I don't think I carried on with it, but so that would also be utilized with the wind hydrogen fuel cell technology in buildings, and it's ideal in case there's ever an invasion, because then each building is its own independent power supply, and it provide water, and which could be used to irrigate a rooftop farm or garden for the building, and to get food. And basically we need oxygen, right? And we need places for people to live. So I want cities to be basically organic cities, a lot of rooftops, unless there's a unique architectural design, right? But if it's a flat rooftop, it's going to utilize, there's like a building in, say, in Manhattan or Tokyo that has a flat rooftop, there's going to be a park or something, or a garden and a park on the roof for people in the building to enjoy that footage, right? It's square footage that's not being utilized. So being able to create oxygen in a green space for people in a city is amazing, right? Because I grew up in Toronto, and every time I got to see trees, it made my day. Right? Being in the concrete jungle, you want to see trees. That's why they have Central Park in Manhattan, right? Like, a lot of people must go to Central Park all the time. I know I'd be going to the ocean and Central Park all the time. Like, at least once a month for both of them. Even now, every once in a while, the ocean calls to me. Both the Atlantic and Pacific. I haven't been anywhere else, but You know, the Pacific tossed me around like I was a rag doll, so I love that. I felt so insignificant in the Pacific Ocean. I felt like I was just an ant that could be washed away like nothing. Anyways, it shouldn't happen. If I die, it's perilous for mankind, so here we go.
My eyes are unhappy, so this is probably good enough, anyways. So, salacious women crave Chris. You know what I mean? No, I don't like that. I don't like that, you know what I mean.
That was somebody trying to hack me to take credit for that, you know what I mean? And I didn't like it. It wasn't me. He'd be like, you know what? It was supposed to be like, yeah, like, yes. Like, yeah, know what I mean? That was the vibe I was going for.
So I'm gonna do it again. Salacious women crave Chris. Yeah, know what I mean. Cristiano always seems to hit her right between the thighs. She's memorized, no surprise. I have that twinkle in my eye. Draped over her, don't mess if her words slur. Moving to the music, she was moving her hips, didn't twerk. Only in the bedroom, not to be a jerk. I wouldn't want her to ever forget this night. Salacious women crave Chris and his son, and more sons to come. Eminence, Cristiano, Meyer, Diggins, top shelf, a monarch to be, that could shake his pelvis better than Elvis. Cristiano always seems to hit her right between the thighs. She's memorized, no surprise. I have that twinkle in my eye, one of a kind of guy. Always seemed to rise to the occasion, very little persuasion to seduce her. Checkmate in one, she wanted my son. Salacious women crave Chris. I know what women want. I was her soprano, went down low, she hit her O. So right there where it said women want, they try to make it like there's two spaces there. There wasn't. That's how they try to set up the system. She had a mind, face, and body to match, and a personality made her one hell of a catch. So she caught my eye by the end of our time. Her eyes rolled to the sky. She never felt so alive. Salacious women crave Chris. Yeah, know what I mean. Cristiano always seems to hit her right between her thighs. She's memorized, no surprise. I have a twinkle in my eye. And that's with my eyes being hacked and being set up subliminally through the whole system. And I'm going to execute every single one of these evil bitches and men. When I say evil bitches, I'm usually referring to men. I'm at a penis envy. 95% of the time. 95% of the time, if I ever say bitch, I'm thinking of a man. I'd say cunt for a woman, because women don't like that word. And words are just words that people choose to be offended by.
I was going to leave that out, but that is the truth, right? We just happen to be offended by words, and so that chokes us, right? But a nice way to call a woman a cunt without saying it is say, see you next Tuesday. That's a polite way of calling a woman a cunt.
So this is some comedy I wrote a few years ago. They're going to roast people that have...
But inherently good women, I would never be so tasteless, but these electronic violators of mine make me have to rule and crush them instead of leading mankind like I'm destined to do. Right? They're Machiavellian type people that thrive off power and taking things. Right? And so I need to take everything from these people so I could give to you people, inherently good people that believe they have private thoughts. To yourself. You think it's just you and God. You know, I'm telling you that it's mankind and technology and God. So I just unpaused it. Someone just came up and talked to me. I didn't want them in the video. So anyways, here's the comedies that I wrote a few years ago, but I made the video today. So they're trying to set me up because they made me look at these predators that walk by. They came all this way to set me up because where that cup is sitting. So I'm gonna move this cup right here, and now that choked them up. Now that's why they're walking slowly, because that's why he hit that step. So if you were to rewind, as soon as I moved that cup, he changed his entire direction to sell the con where the cup would be. So now I'm gonna move this there, and it changes everybody else that's coming up where the cup is. That's where they sell the con, right? But what they don't realize is, it's like I can deny reality like that. I'm powerless, or I have power over people taking my attributes. I could deny reality and pretend that I could stop people all the time, right? I can, but it's like to be human, right? You don't want to be always fighting parasites to get your attributes, right? So sometimes I just let it slide for a bit and allow people to compound the problem, right? So that being said, when you die, well, up until the point you die, you could pretend that God doesn't exist and there aren't consequences for your decisions on life, in life. Particularly now, if you found out about me and you listened to my thoughts, right? That means I'm life's test, right? Even before I found out I had evolutionary genes, like when I was 8 years old, mankind tried to kill me. I fell they made me climb a tree over a spiked fence, and I climbed the tree. Then they made me fall on the spiked fence, but I fell like this, like the cigarette. It toppled over it and barely got a scratch. God saved me that day. Mankind tried to kill me, right? So anyways, that being said, these people can pretend that there's not. Here, I'm gonna do it again. Watch. All these people are walking. I'm gonna skew this view. So one guy got it, but two guys got it. 2 people got it, but everybody else I skewed the skew. So they came all that way. Now they have to sell themselves out in the system, right? But anyways, so I'm life's test. So God tried to save me, and I could pretend. Why I don't pretend? You can pretend that I'm not aware that you're setting me up, and I'm 100% aware that you're trying to set me up. As I'm 100, I'd say 99.99, say for about an hour, say 9s, that God exists in the afterlife. I just haven't died in this body. I haven't died in this body to verify it, but my soul is telling me that God, in my intuition, beyond mankind and beyond technology, because I advanced technology. So I remember 8-track radios. I remember station wagons that had seats where you were sitting right by the back window, where you're most likely to die if you got rear-ended. Right, for kids, they put the kids where they were most likely to die, or you could sit in the back of a pickup truck without getting in trouble by the police, right? So I probably changed a lot of things, and one thing that they, like for gas-powered all vehicles, I guess, one thing that I'm going to change once I'm king of the world is because it's no different than we need a lock for our house, right, to stop thieves, right? So it's a minor inconvenience for good people, but it saves good people's lives, basically. So ultimately, every vehicle will have a breathalyzer automatically installed, and then old vehicles would be have to be retrofitted by a certain period in time. So that means every time you get in, and it would have to be every time the car stops, every time you have enough time at a light maybe to do it, because they're trying to find ways to hop in and out of spots and stuff like that. But no, so it would be for my cars in the future, right? It would be, they're going to be more sophisticated. So the driver the car is going to know, for instance, that Eminence Cristiano Meyer Diggins is driving, right? So I'm going to blow in, and I guess it would be DNA breathalyzer. That's how easy it is for me to innovate the future and stop crime, motherfuckers. I'm gonna erode you and I fucking make you eviscerate you so I can protect my good people of the world. So that being said, so enough about that. That's how easy it is for me to innovate. So it'd be a DNA breathalyzer. They get, and then twins, I guess for that I guess a thermal facial scan would be different, unique for twins, right, or triplets, right? That would be different. So a breathalyzer, and looking at all you would have to do is look at somebody's eyes, and then basically you would see the thermal image, right? So that would be one way to circumvent twins, triplets, etc. But why would you want to help out your twin, triplet, and allow them to drive and possibly kill somebody, wreck their life? If you love them, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to evade and allow these people to drive drunk? Why would you want them to do that morally, right? Why would you want somebody to kill somebody? And because you're screwed over, right? Like that's vehicular manslaughter, right? Probably they're gonna when you mess with the law, it's not sure, you killed somebody, right? But you're gonna get like fucking 27 million different charges because they're gonna break it down, dissect it, right? And I love it, because I'm gonna be a king of the world, right? So I get to use their hypocriticality based on their hypocritical behavior back on them. And I gotta stack as many fucking sedition, high treason, and all of these laws back on them. It's fantastic to be me. Fantastic to be me. I always win, but I always lose, because I lose time and personal relationships, but I always learn the truth, so I always win. I'm a silver lining guy. But anyways, back to fun stuff. Here's the comedy one. So this is some comedy I wrote a few years ago. They're gonna route people that have no comedic flair and can't inflect their voices through me because of penis envy. Like, you know, I used to be a financial advisor. You have to be very charismatic. So is Uber with benefits an appropriate term nowadays? I could use an abacus to add up all the bullshit I deal with daily. When homeless, the pigeon has diarrhea. What the fuck did we eat? If you shouldn't shop for food while hungry, does that mean you shouldn't look for a relationship while horny? I think so for all these electronic violators of mine. And then 5 things I'd love to hear. Number 1, dad. Number 2, I love you. Number 3, here's your tax money monarch, Eminence Cristiano Meyer Diggins. Number 4, that's funny. Number 5, when she says, your place or mine. So one day I see this guy washing Monopoly money. His money laundering, Monopoly edition. Sometimes you could eat a full box of laxatives and still not give a fucking shit. People with their emotional support animals, I'm all about my emotional support escorts. If I were an adult film actor, I'd be Robin Wood, because I'm a fucking giver. I haven't practiced writing that. Like, that's basically all the comedy one-liners I ever wrote. Like, I'm better at observational comedy and mimicry, because I used to watch TV, right, and I would act out commercials. So like when the commercials were on, I was performing for my family right in front of the TV, but then I had a commercial tryout and they made me camera shy, right? So that's the thing, right? I'm king of the world, and here we go. They're trying to, that's how they sell con, when they make my camera take a picture of me without me even doing it. So I'm gonna keep it, because I know all the pictures. I know everyone, because it's like I would never take a picture like that of myself, right? So I know all they do is try to sell cons and blah blah blah, right? Because the car honked, and then that's why my camera took a picture. All they're proving is that they could hijack the human body and orchestrate events. That's all they prove. That's all they prove. That they worked with criminals to orchestrate events. But anyways, so I'll show you some physicality now, because they didn't want Salacious to go there, and then plus Evolution 2 Man. So let's see, I'll just go right to the end.
So I'm gonna try.
Actually, I won't even do it, because I didn't delete the video here. So you can watch Evolution 2 Man for the whole video, because YouTube doesn't like it. So I do have the whole video. So let's see. So it's probably this one.
Bottom last, so that would show the little perpetrator. But fame.
So this
is how it goes.
So I guess I'll play this. This is I think I'm a Ninja song. Yeah, it is.
Nobody's around you.
I do it in a Brit accent.
I'm a ninja, just for fun. I'm a Singapore, never been, but they yell encore. Keep wanting more. For good people, I'm always on the score. Even if they died, I got the fire in my eyes. Sharp with the games, I keep getting fame. To those that complain, in the ranks of insane, they play the switch, culpable little men bitches. Especially big or small, if we tangle they surely would fall, since I'm a ninja, the hypocrisy is easy for me to see. Cheerio, not my cup of tea. seen behind the curtain. With that they'd be flirting, young through old. Getting all your freaks, all I hear is what the devil speaks. By your feet, your complicity, always hacking me to see the metrics in the subliminal realm as my feet have to be hacked by technology, by multiple people, as I can feel these parasites as that car drove by, the sound of the car. Connected to me, I hunt their psyche, which is easy for me. I own their soul because I'm life's test. They sold it to the devil and he is my bitch. Because I could never voluntarily sell my soul, even if I were to see it. So I'm free from its grasp. You electronic violators are a pain in my ass.
They tried to make it look like there was a double space between electronic violators, but there wasn't.
I'm a ninja. I got moves like Jean-Claude Van Damme. They have to compete as if an AI man, aka a cyborg, but they're in my world. Bring them back to school. They drop in rankings. They just got a spanking. I'm a ninja with sarcasm, angles they couldn't even fathom, never condescending. If I did, you were a prick, as I'm easy and slick, like James Bond, I'm always on.
That's my fans laughing. So there's that. So that wasn't the agility one though. So maybe I did delete the agility one. So. That's all right. I could just do some new, brand new agility. That's the awesome thing about being me. I could just do something right now. No, I'm gonna post it on YouTube. It's all my stuff, anyways. Right? I'm just editing my my bids. So I'm gonna try a new trick here. Let's see if it works. There's a lot of penis envy, so you can watch the whole thing. I'm just gonna get to the gist of it. Little metrics here that they're trying to set me up for to steal my attributes. Once again, I have unique pectoral muscles, and I'm gonna fuck you up with all motherfuckers. If you're xenophobic, that means hateful beliefs against me. For my unique breed, there's hate crimes against me perpetrated all the time, and I'm gonna fucking execute you based on that and how you hijack my body to orchestrate situations to steal my attributes. You're generational pedophiles. So now I'm gonna toss it behind my back like this and then catch it in my mouth. So that's, if I miss like that every single time, I'm hacked. I didn't even fucking come close because of penis envy by the people walking by. So redirecting that vertebrae came back to all those perpetrators, everyone. I'm not killing you, fucking. He's an old guy, fucking exasperating that pain, you piece of shit. So I caught it, but I didn't catch it in my mouth. So I just fucked up that car when they were gonna fuck me up both ways. There's the follow up. I got him twice. So then they registered me where my right leg was sitting, basically stabbing. And last night they routed a lot of fancy cars because I like cars, so they made sure several Lamborghinis drove by. I seen a Mercedes-Benz and some other cool Mustangs and things like that, right? That's where you hear the cars revving in the background just to try to set me up. That one sucked to bounce right off my tooth. They tried to break my tooth that time by making it much heavier than what it was. That trick is easy for me. If I don't do it in the first time, the first time that I get it, if I throw it over my shoulder, equivalent to this, if I don't get it the first time I throw it over my shoulder with about that much reaction time, I was hacked. Ever since I was a boy, all I did was practice throwing food and catch it in my mouth. All I did, right? I must have caught at least probably 5,000 things in my mouth, right? So I have a lot of experience. So if I have that much reaction time and I fail, it's either because I hit my tooth and I didn't open my mouth wide enough, or I was hacked. So when you seen it go, after I called them out, once I called them generational pedophiles, the very first time afterwards, it took a trajectory that some pylon impeded my excellence with. So I'll just show more physicality. So this was Evolution Man 2. So we'll go to Evolution Man.
That's some of that evolutionary talent. Here's me going bar down with the football.
So I'm just gonna pause this part.
To throw from my in front of my driveway.
I'm trying to pause it, but there we go. You know, they make me double press it, so I'm trying to pause it. But basically, what I said in the video, you have to read the comments. I commented on it, but basically, it wouldn't be possible for me to see the basketball net if I threw it over the arc of the house, right? But I did throw it over the parallel. I threw it over the arc of the house under a tree branch into a basketball net, like all the time. If I would do it, say 2 out of 5 times, easily. I've only thrown a football maybe 200 times in my life. And I started skating, and this was after I left my wife. After I left my wife, I had so much free time, so I started developing the skills. And so I wasn't able to dunk a basketball at 15, but I was at like 36. And there's a Lamborghini. They're selling a Lamborghini. I said that. Cool car con, right? So let's see, he's probably turning this way. He is turning. No, he isn't. He is. Maybe. Let's see. No. Is he gonna accelerate though? They're making me pan way off because I was looking with my eyes rather than the viewfinder. But anyways, so they made me drug. If you see my mouth, once I said that, I looked back. You see my mouth make I went like that. That's when I get drugged remotely. So dispatching those predators. I'm king of the world. I made disease obsolete. I'm the smartest person that ever lived, right? But they watered down my mentality, and they wrote, the world's technology through me to hinder my biology, to skew my directives, and to hide and evade their fate, right? As king of the world, that means it's going to be the rotisserie extradition and execution tour, because there's some countries that it's a new world order that they secretly work with, right? So there's some countries where if you steal, shoplift, they cut off your hand, right? So now these energy parasites attribute thieves, right? They think they're gonna evade having their masturbating hand cut off for stealing attributes, and that's just one consequence, right? Then there's public whipping, right? There's countries that whip people and draw blood that they secretly participate with, or other ways that countries that they waterboard, or they do other forms of torture, right? They use chemical warfare on me all the time. They edit my biology, my genome and my DNA telomeres, right? Like they gave me this because I'm a thinker, right? This is what my eyebrows should look like. My eyebrows are unhacked. That's what my eyebrows are, and I do have pictures of it. And when I'm unhacked, and you can see the tan line, it gets whiter because I don't get any sun there, so you can see the tan line in some pictures. But they immediately show up for a second, and then they constrict it, right? As soon as they sell their con, they help me get air, basically. Well, then another team automatically puts me underwater where I need to breathe again, right? So they contribute. All they do is contribute to a system that slaughters off good-looking, talented people. All they do is slaughter off good-looking, talented people for a system to make them uglier and less talented. Like, that's all. That's what I'm trying to do to them now, make them uglier and less talented so they can't prey on human talent, basically. I want to save talented people. I don't want people that are obese, and that how could, if aliens come, how How could somebody obese run up the hill and help the team, right? We don't need obesity, and if you are obese and you know about the system, it's your own fucking karma. You're in a system where people manufacture problems. So if you don't have the realization to realize that you cause your own fucking problems by eating extra food, you're stretching. It's like a balloon. Your stomach's like a fucking balloon. Why do you think people gain weight during holiday seasons for every religion? I haven't Google searched this to research it, but guarantee you every single holiday season, people are gonna gain weight because now they're having festive events where they're stretching their balloon, which is their stomach, bigger. Now all of a sudden they need to eat more to satisfy their hunger, so they gain weight, right? That's why you're better off eating smaller portions more often to shrink your stomach, your balloon, so then it doesn't stick out as much, because it's twofold. It's smaller, so you require less food to fill full, so that's a bonus, right? So you gain less weight. And then now, secondarily, it doesn't expand as much. It's not expanded as much waiting for this food that you conditioned it to eat, so then it doesn't stick out, your stomach doesn't stick out as far, right? So I'm the most logical person on the planet. That's why they keep me poor, and that this girl that sold me weed, she's obese, and I'm gonna eradicate her because she's killing off beautiful people and talented people that the world needs. So, and she works at a weed store on Stanley Avenue, and she has a gun, right? In the future, women won't have guns, right? Like that mixed with my DNA, the male baldness won't happen, obesity won't happen. It has to be manufactured. They had to develop technology that where one slice of bread is equivalent to me eating a loaf of bread, just because of my biology. But now I'll show you my abs because I don't live with a fat roommate. Here's my abs. They make me take on characteristics of my roommates, right? So there's older people where I live now, so they're making me older. You know, I live with a fat roommate. I was fat, and I know this. You know, but the last place I lived in Sault Ste. Marie, I had rotating blisters on my body that I never had. They're like, there's a spider, and it's like, no, I have evolutionary DNA, and never had a problem with a spider. I ate a spider. I did get hacked at that point. I didn't realize I had mind over matter, but I did think I had breast cancer at that point, so they did hack me pretty good. But they did make me piss blood at one point, over 6 years ago. So meaning they gave me bladder cancer, and I didn't die. Didn't even go to the fucking doctors. You know, I knew I had evolution at that point. I'm immune to disease. Now they could try to, they have to hack my biology to cause bladder cancer, but I know how to fight it. I know how to prevent it. So I just have to feel how my body's being hacked, and then I feel better. That's all it is. I just have to feel how my body's being hacked, and then I feel fucking fantastic. I haven't got sick in 6 years since I found out I had evolution. So let's see. So yeah, that's the rest of that part. So I'm a ninja, evolution man, survival tactics. That's a pretty good one. King of the jungle. That's they deleted my comment on here somehow, but it was because I'm about 170 right now, so it was a disclaimer for, I forget the rest of it, but it would say 170 to 220 pound man. Soul redone. Oh, here's my evolutionary pectoral muscles again. So I might mean that I should have a different skeleton slightly than the average person, right? So I believe I might have an extra bone below my knee, like a stabilizer bone or something, you're telling me, and possibly my coccyx and my xiphoid process. Look, right here is kind of blunted, and where the average... Okay, this part right here, where it's pointed down like a figure, I did more research and it didn't appear to be accurate from the... When I first did research, it did appear to look like it was pointed down, but then when I did secondary research, it appeared on the same platform. I'm not going to call them out right now, but on the same platform, I got a different result. And it's queried, it's supposed to be for the entire internet, free internet. Person's is kind of sticks down like a finger. So this has been today. So this is what the male muscle looks like, the male pectoral muscles right there, particularly right there. See how there's no ridges whatsoever in that picture. And this is how my muscles look. So I have different pectoral muscles than any man on the planet other than my son. And this would be detectable with any doctor would be able to feel these ridges that are different from any other biology on the planet. So I know how to tighten the skin in my mind and throughout my body, and it's working right now, but they restricted it almost immediately as soon as the switch ends. But I should be rejuvenating pretty fast with that move and getting. So I was rejuvenating that rejuvenation mod. So the rejuvenation mod for me is basically disconnecting human one biology and allow my biology to restore. That's all it is. Disconnecting human parasites and technology from my biology, and then I thrive. I thrive. So let's see what other. Okay, this one, athleticism for 46-year-old. So this is me, I'm gonna be 47 on October 20th. So I'm just gonna show you. Okay, this is, okay, I did abbreviate this one. So this is me, I'm gonna be 47 on October 20th. This one I got it. They have men and women playing in opposite directions. People hack my biology to make it suck. I'll do it for another minute 40. It's an easy trick to do, but they're hacking me pretty easy. Like right there, right? It was pretty easy for them to hack me. So when the entire fucking world's working against it. So a lot of technology is being used to restrict me, so it's getting frustrated at this point though. So I'm 46, almost 47, but that doesn't change that my fucking kids and my DNA isn't the best on the fucking planet. The Cisco Inferno. I created a scenario where the trick would have been easy, but I decided not to do it. I was gonna kick it behind my back. So they hacked the scenario where it would have been easy to do the trick. Meghan Markle wanted the affinity, so I improvised at the last second. So I decided not to because if you look, that was the perfect height for it to be. So that's what I did. It was the perfect height that it came up over my knees where I could have easily grabbed it between my legs. Let's see, I did do some other one. I got it in my mouth that time. You got to look at it. But when I showed the proof, it made me spit it out. So you can see how I got hacked there. The set, like as I had it in my mouth to show the camera, they try to make it so I So I spit it out. If he's a cheat, an electronic violator of mine, I hope he's really dead. Just letting all the coattail riders ride along. So that was huge penis envy. Anytime I call out somebody on film, and the very next time I try it, expect me to suck because I'm being hacked. Like when I said generational pedophiles, I had that terrible trajectory, and then I called the penis tail or whatever coattail ride along. Then I had that terrible throw, and then now watch once I unhack technology, I know when I have the best chance of completing the trick.
And I'm like I'm a ninja with my feet.
So I'm almost 47, and I'll show you what I could do. Well, I guess it kind of closed. I have time now, so 15% battery. So I did want to show this, so I'm just gonna pause.
Try a double kick versus having that up.
So this is the end of a $5 tournament here. So they're saying I played against some pro. Since I was playing two tables at once, it was harder for the artificial intelligence system to rig the con.
Now he could win it. Nice. I won it.
They've added software since then, and I haven't really been playing too much since July. That was the tournament I won, July 16th. Came first out at 12:52 on July 13th. That was a play money tournament. But I like play money tournaments because there's over 1,000 opponents. I only started taking pictures of screenshots in June, but I haven't really been playing poker too much. I've been writing songs and being more creative other ways. Because in poker, I'm a creative bluffer. I love the creativity of bluffing. And this was a $10 tournament. So here is my unique DNA, where every person on the planet has numbers. Every person on the planet has numbers in those columns, but me and my biological kids, and that means that we should be forever young in our biology. And I'll just show you here. Let's see. And here is a map of my DNA map of the world. Everything but the white area right there is I have ancestral relations, so any claim to any kingdoms within those regions. But in order to get my evolutionary DNA for their population, they have to make me a king of their country. Basically, they would have to make me their monarch and equivalent to a king or emperor, sultan, etc. through their country, and emir, I guess would be the other one I know. And then it would become a social republic, so we get the capitalistic aspects of communism, which protecting the herd is the most important thing, right? Protecting the entire civilization. But then we have the democratic aspects of the republic, which would be the capitalism, where we could allow innovation and competition and choice to thrive for free will, right? So, and monarchies are pretty much the only thing that's tried and true, right? Like that last millennia, whereas communism has yet to last 100 years, and democracy would probably be the States, was the oldest one, right? And not even 300 years old, right? So I just moved the cup, and so let's see. So that would be their perpetrators. Because I moved the cup, and then so they were selling the kid cologne. So I'm now watching when these people walk by. I'm gonna scoot it. So they all missed it because they weren't, except for that guy. He had time to react, but everybody else didn't have time to react. So here I'm gonna scoot again. So one person might hit this next guy, so I'm gonna scoot again. So here comes another person. I'm gonna scoot again, or they would have hit it. That person had a chance to follow up. That person had a chance to follow up. Here comes the next person. I'm gonna move it. Thanks. But that's the system. All I have to do is make a video now. Just watch and skew. Now people try to sell me because they're selling the con right there, basically. But that's supposed to be a plane like about 4 feet away from, not a foot away from me, nowhere near the lock. So anyways, monarchies are, they last millennia, and would be the true king of the world and destined to lead. And I'm biologically immortal and immune to disease, and I shouldn't die of old age. They drugged me there. That's why my lips once would get one like this. They pressed together. It wasn't as noticeable. I guess I got to shave off my beard. Shave off my beard. I'll be able to see every one of those secretions that they make and prove it on film. So if my lips and the words aren't synchronized, that's the government's trying to hide their culpability, basically. So I would be equivalent to the fleet admiral, the spy field marshal, the generalissimo, all in one body. Right? So I'm destined to lead mankind forever. Eminence Cristiano, Meyer Diggins, you heard it first here.